Hello world, what up? How's everyone doing out there? Yeah, Bleep, I'm really sorry about all the crap you've been going through. My voice is almost dead. That's kind of one of the reasons I'm not talking too much. My voice is hoarse from allergies, you know. Donnie, I might have to have a little paninka with you, man. Yeah, you know, the studio, let me just turn this puppy down a little. Okay, hang on. Hold on. Okay. This is just a little track I was working on. Hey Dodo the Wizard, how's it going? Good to see you, man. Yeah, there's a track I was working on a little bit last night and this afternoon, and my voice is hoarse, of course. Yeah. It's bad. I can barely talk. So I have some nice tea I'm going to be drinking, and I also have hauls that I'm going to be doing. So pardon me. Yeah, good to see you too. How's it going, man? Bleep and I were just talking also about the Mac Studio, which I think is based on all the stuff I've been seeing and hearing. Hey Jay, how's it going? Good to see you. Wow, it's so nice to see everyone here, you know. But I've looked at a bunch of reviews, and thank you, Jay. It's good to see you, man. Hugs to you too. A lot of really good reviews, and the thing is, though, one of the things that really confuses many people, myself included, is why is it so easy to overload an M1 with processor stuff in Ableton? It shouldn't be, but it is. Well, I think from what I've been hearing and reading is that the machines are really optimized for video, and they're pretty damn good for video, actually. It's kind of stunning, because video splits it all throughout the cores, whereas apparently audio doesn't do that too well. And so one of the underlying issues is that it really depends on clock speed, I guess. You know? Yeah. It's yeah. Enchanting Wolf, yeah, absolutely, man. It's so nice to see you all here. Man, I can't tell you. I've missed everyone so much. I have a tear in my eye. I've missed everyone. I've been away. And not really because I want to, but, you know. But, Bleep, check out, there's a bunch of reviews, and if you want, I'll put it in Discord for you on our discussion and that I saw. And it's interesting that the video behaves so much better with video. Some people were saying that it does really well with audio, but you know, it's also a question. Yeah, exactly what Enchanting Wolf just said, that just about every company treats real-time audio and musicians, yes, as second-class citizens. It is the first. It's just so despicable. This is like having your own WPKN. Yeah, it's true. Except now it's interactive, you know? And so that's what I love about it. I recently guest hosted on a PKN show, and that was so much fun. Yeah, interacting, right? It's like a call-in show and all that stuff. Except the group of people that are here are awesome, Whereas on a lot of these call-in shows, you got a bunch of wackadoos calling in with extreme views, and I'm just like, nah, stay away from me with that. But yeah, Dani, I might have to have some palinka. That might help my throat. You know, homemade Hungarian moonshine, and this is homemade. It's family made, and yeah. I think I'm gonna have to do some of that. Wackadoo, yeah. Right. I'm a wackadoo too, you know. Hey, Control Delete. How's it going? Thank you, man. Thank you. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this track again, just a little bit underground here, because it's nice and I like it, and I'm gonna mess with it some more and play around with it. Let's see. Are you working? Are you going? What's going on? Let's try that again. Oh yeah, hold on. Now it's all acting weird because I changed something. Okay, now this should be working just fine. Okay. So, thank you, Bleep. It's good to be back. And see, I didn't make this to talk over it, so I gotta change all the levels. So hold on. Piano, go away. Okay. There we go. My hair, yeah, it's longer. It's definitely longer. So the bald spot didn't change, thankfully. It didn't get bigger. At least I don't think it got bigger. But yeah. But Bleep, I mean, right, I was reading Bleep's comment about the PC you can assign the job of rendering Ableton and the push on the graphics card. Interesting. No, actually, Bleep, the annoying and great thing about the Mac is that you really, it's all under the hood stuff that you really can't mess with too much. And so it's great and awful at the same time, because if you want to mod it, it's a royal pain in the butt physically, and I don't even know where to start with the other stuff. So modular Euro, right? Yeah, okay. AMD Zen CPUs, dedicated hardware just for musicians, running DAWs and whatever. Hey man, Enchanting Wolf, get on top of that, dude. You know? I see we're only having one track playing, which is okay. I don't mind. We'll just have that loop right now. How's that? I can dig it. Let's loop this puppy. I might even play on top of it. This is that cool Enchanting Strings plugin that I was playing around with. That's in the background. You're not cut out for that job? Yeah, okay. Bitwig really... I don't know, is anyone using Bitwig? I really haven't messed with it since it came out. And just, I played with it a little bit and went, meh. Ableton does this, so why should I get a whole new program and pay several $100s? Am I frozen up? I'm okay, right? You see my image, everything okay? So, the only decent DAW for Linux, got it. Yeah, I don't use Linux. I've gotten used to using the Mac, and so I've invested in it, so I'm just like, okay, I'll just keep using it. And Bleep, you know, I mean, I priced out a Mac Studio with the Ultra chip thing. Oh, Donnie, Kraftwerk, I might. I priced it out, Bleep, and I mean, it came out to like between $6,000 and $7,000. What? You know, I wanted to have a bunch of... Yeah, it's ridiculous. I bought a car for that price. And from what I understand, the Ultra Chip is real badass. It's, I mean, for what it is now, right? Of course, 2 years from now, it's going to be like someone's old shoe. But I don't want to part with that amount of money. I'm trying to save. Yeah, more expensive than the Jambulance, right? Damn. I mean, I bought a car for about, well, it was about 5,000 something. So it was less than what I would pay for this computer, which really pisses me off. But Donnie, I'm thinking of it with Kraftwerk, but part of me is still afraid to go out in large crowds because I have some immune issues at this stage still. I'm taking stupid medicine that messes my immune system, and it's part of the reason why I was AWOL. Let's just put it that way. So, but man, you got a good deal on that Jambulance, dude. And people should check out Enchanting Wolf's stream from his Jambulance. It's so cool. 5,000 for low mileage, 7.3 liter. Yeah, I'm sure you will. You know, just religiously check the transmission, the tranny fluid on that puppy, and that should be good to go. You know, I'm trying to nurse both of our cars right now. We have we have some aging cars that I bought used, and I'm just checking the oil, changing the transmission fluid when I need to, and you know, making sure that everything's lubed properly. Stuff is going to happen anyway. Transmission fluid in the engine. Okay. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, so how are you folks all doing? You know, I really have missed you. And it's like I'm cut off from the world, it feels like, you know? I also was avoiding social media for a while just because, well, you know, it just sucks. Everything sucks right now. So it's, hey, let's repeat that, please. Come on. There we go. Yeah, there's some cool stuff that there's some cool stuff that Enchanting Wolf does, you know? Hey, Knox. Yeah, well, you know, sometimes you have to, you know. This summer, folks, I'm so looking forward to this summer, I'm going to be honest with you, because, well, don't say too much to anyone, but I'm quitting one of my jobs. Ooh, Donnie, nice. I like the firewood pile. I got one growing here, too. I'm quitting one of my jobs. And it's a real bittersweet. You got a new splitter engine. That's awesome. It's a real bittersweet thing for me, man. Because I love the people that I work with, and I love the kids that I work with deeply. And I just can't stand the corporate mentality of the place. And it's a real shame. You know, it seems like corporations are coming in and just destroying everything, including schools and music. Yeah. Change the oil, man. Splitter engine is awesome. I'm, you know, that's cool, man. Yeah, right, Enchanting Wolf. I know. 3,200 for a one bedroom, and it's probably a crappy one. You know, it's not even a nice one bedroom. It's probably a crappy one. Yeah, I know. And I don't want to out the organization because I'm not into doing that, but unless they wrong me, you know. But I went to school there, and it was my oasis away from high school, and I loved it deeply. It changed me. It set me up for the future and made me love working with musicians and all that stuff, you know. And years went by, did my music degrees, and then came back and lived here with my parents for a while. Decided to teach there, you know. And that's the way to do it, Enchanting. And I enjoyed teaching there, And it got more and more corporate control as the years went by, and less respect for teachers. It's just gross. You know? Before, I was considered an artist, a teaching artist or professional in my field who was working with kids in music. Yeah. And now they call me an adjunct employee. And the attitude has changed drastically. It's really sad. And they pay lip service to us and say all sorts of things. Oh, we appreciate you. Oh, blah, 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 blah. It's just a little bullshit. It really is. It's just a little bullshit to keep us there, keep us working. So my heart is bleeding right now. It's sighing, it's screaming and crying because of the kids. It's true. Anyway, I need a drink. I'm not going to do palinka yet, but I will. Donnie, you got me all hot for the palinka now. It's in another room. Everyone say hi to Donnie. Daniel Benke. Very sweet human being who has really good taste in music. Likes all sorts of cool music. And Donnie, these folks are all musicians and performers and streamers and stuff like that. Control Alt Delete, you nailed it. They appreciate me, my labor. Exactly. Right. So, so sad. Because I watch all the other people who are working there and they're trying so hard to make it work. They're trying to look the other way with things that are happening, but I hear them all complaining the same. And, ugh. You know? So, some major life changes coming up. But, that means this summer, I will take the summer off. I will not teach. And so, part of my June will be teaching, unfortunately, because of one of the schools. But, oh, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, Donnie. And it's going to be a summer off where I'm going to be writing music. I'm going to be practicing outside, doing landscaping, getting back into shape. No travel plans, man. I'm still too, it's a little dangerous, but for me, but I really, really want to see my sisters. So we'll see. They're in Asheville, North Carolina, and I may just drive down there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not into taking planes right now. Yeah, no? So come on, let's go here. What's going on there? Live, are you messing with me? There we go. Okay. I figure we'll have a little background music. And I'm going to work on a bunch of songs as well. And I'm researching a sci-fi opera at this point. And this is the first I'm publicly saying this. So, poof, big announcement. I'm researching it. I'm going to be reading some sci-fi and looking all over for ideas. And I already have kind of a little bit of a storyline. Oh, Control Alt Delete. That's nice. And I'm not into traditional opera. I am not. And please, if there are any traditional singers out there, vocalists out there, please don't take offense to this. But you have to flag. Okay, man. Donnie, so good to see you, man. Thank you for popping in, dude. Majd akkor máskor iszunk együtt, jó? Egy pici pálinkát. Okay? Na jó. Minden jót, Donnie. So, yeah, the sci-fi opera idea has been mulling about in my head for a long time, and it's time that it starts happening. And singers, I'm not into the warbling. I'm not into the traditional singing style of opera. I'm into straight tone. I'm into singing much more pure tones as they would in the 1600s, or even non-professional singers, choirs, which is actually harder on the voice. So take care, Dani. Avisont látásra. Minden jót. And it's harder on the voice to sing straight tone. It causes more tension on the vocal cords. And so a lot of opera singers need to project very large amounts of sound, and doing this slight warbling vibrato helps the vocal cords relax and project more. And that's actually why that technique is there. And it works. It really works. And it sounds great in a huge hall. But that's not where I'm at. I'm into straight tone and the idea of a sci-fi opera. It's going to be a creation myth story. As probably many of you know, I'm not religious. I'm not anti-religion, but I am not into organized religion at all. So that's where that's going. It's going to be a creation myth story about the beginnings of humanity, where it came from, and what's going on now. Have you, Dutto? That's awesome, man. You work on a sci-fi novel. It's so cool. That is so neat. Yes, Jay, I do. I like Perotin, Josquin, Desprez. I like so many. Machaut. I like Palestrina. I love Palestrina, and my favorite actually, Jay, is Gesualdo. The tortured, strange harmonies and angular lines of Gesualdo. If you folks haven't heard Gesualdo, it's pretty amazing. It's definitely from a different planet. About 1550, I believe. Obsessive sci-fi reader. Cool. 1550, Gesualdo supposedly murdered his wife, I believe. He wrote music that was so crazy that... actually, check out this piece. Moro Lasso by Gesualdo. And if you can, see if you can get it sung by King's College or I forgot the name of the group that did it. That's so good. But it's beautiful. And Gesualdo, his tortured harmonies, most composers at that time who heard it said, he can't compose his way out of a paper bag, or he's possessed by the devil. And there's a whole legend around Gesualdo as having made some kind of deal with the devil, or he's possessed by the devil, he murdered his wife, and there's all this intrigue around him. That's not why I like him. King's College, there you go. Beautiful, beautiful recording, man. It's stunning. Hang on to your chair when you listen to this, because frankly, the harmonic shifts that take place are practically modern 20th century harmonic shifts that take place. When I first heard this, I didn't know what it was, and I thought it was 20th century. I really did. I thought, oh, this is a beautiful piece by, must be a 20th century composer. Who is this Gesualdo? 1550. What? And then I read up on him. There's also a documentary on him, which is kind of interesting. Carlo Gesualdo, if I remember correctly. So, but the sci-fi opera thing, it's not going to be traditional opera, even within the guidelines of singing. It's also going to be non-traditional in its presentation. It's going to be small. Operas are these huge productions. I don't know if anyone saw Akhenaten, the Philip Glass opera that was put on at the Met. I didn't actually go to the Met. I saw simulcast. I can't afford those tickets. Are you kidding me? But it was pretty cool. I watched the simulcast of it in a theater, and the set was unreal. I mean, the set was like 4 or 5 stories tall, a giant grid. Each had some kind of different thing in it that was happening, and the entire thing, very minimalist opera. So the music was minimalist, Philip Glass. And all the singers were moving in slow motion. So when they were singing and doing their thing, they would never turn their head like that or do something like this. They would go, just very slowly moving their head and very slowly moving their arm. It was so surreal. It's not going to be one of those big, huge productions. And I'm thinking maybe it's going to only exist digitally. Maybe it's only going to exist as a stream or as a video or an interactive video. I'm not sure yet. Ideally, I'd love to have it be a game, but I am not a game person. That is, I don't know the first thing about creating games, and I don't know anyone. Hey, Sumo, how's it going, man? So good to see you. Oh, God, my heart is just like full to see you folks here. Thank you for being here. And so that's pretty much where we're at with the sci-fi opera idea. How are you, Sumo? I have lurked a couple of times in your streams. It was a late night lurk. You had a couple of late night sessions and I was drifting off. But other than that, I really haven't been in many streams at all for a while, so please forgive me for that. And I appreciate you guys hanging with me. So, yeah, right, Dodo. That it's usually more on the apocalyptic end scale. I mean, think about it. How many movies have you seen about the end of the world now? Oh, Sumo. That's okay, man. We're all busy, I guess. Hopefully things will lighten up, right? Well, it's always a pleasure to hear any of your streams, any of you folks out there. I love listening to your stuff. It's very inspiring to me. All sorts of different styles is so cool. But Doto, you're right. I mean, almost every film I've watched has been some end of the world film, apocalyptic thing in the last year or 2 years. And it's getting tiresome. It's like, oh, another end of the world thing. Okay. Here we go. And I'm such a whore for sci-fi. I'll do anything to watch a sci-fi flick. Bad sci-fi, it sucks. I'm sad about that, but I have to admit it. I have to come clean, And when there's nothing on, I'll watch old, I'll watch reruns. I'll rewatch Godzilla and Mothra, which I really, really love. Those creepy twins in Mothra. So, yeah. All right. So I'm going to do a little playing and a little experimentation. And see what happens. And one of the other reasons why I was not streaming was because of the weird audio crackling issues that, well, Bleep has been experiencing too. All that crackling. And with me, it was rare. It wasn't very often, but it happened. And it was annoying enough that I stopped streaming for a while. And Joseph, thank you for the follow, by the way. Nice to see you, man. And feel free to pop in to chat and say hi. Well, Bleep, I mean, I tried everything. I went and scoured the internet and looked everywhere, just trying to figure out what the hell. And you know what? Truthfully, there was really very little about live having crackles. Not much at that time. And OBS, and I had updated OBS. And I don't know that I fixed it, Bleep. That's the truth. I mean, tonight actually is a test. I started a little bit early because I was thinking, well, maybe I'll stream a little longer chat with folks and see. Because the thing I noticed on live is that it only occurs, that distortion, crackling stuff only occurs on audio that's coming into live and being monitored. So, interesting, right? So I messed with the, here, let me go to, I'll put this on for a second so you can see. I'm running Ableton and OBS on the same computer, yes. Control-Alt, what do you think, man? Yes, isn't it unbelievable? Moro Lasso Gesualdo, it's mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. Come on, okay. So, okay, you're looking at live. So, I have here, bleep. For example, in live, let's go over here. I don't know if you can see this okay. Can you guys see this okay? Yeah, Enchanting Wolf, I know. And that's what I would like to do ideally, but I can't right now. And because the other computer that I have is a 2012 Mac Mini that really doesn't do a great job. Its video card is just not that good. So, I mean, I could theoretically buy an Intel i7 with more power used, and that should be able to handle it, So I've been thinking of going that route. That's pretty much what I would do. Enchanting is just run Linux the Mac with OBS streaming. The problem is that I can't do this, what I'm doing right now. I can't show you screenshots easily of what I'm doing, which I like to do every now and then and show you what's happening, right? So, bleep, okay, so right now, the buffer size is fairly small. It's at 64 samples, and I'm testing it. Yeah, your Linux OBX. Yeah, I mean, some of the Linux machines will just keep running, right? It's great. I mean, I still use my 2011 MacBook Pro daily with Zoom calls. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't say that because it just died. I'm trying to fix it. I probably have to replace a fan and probably the hard drive at this stage, but I don't know if the video card is okay because I had to actually bypass the GPU on that old 2011, and it sounds to me like something weird's going on with that too. Yeah, that is something that I've read about, bleep, NDI. I've read about it. I have not had any experience with it. Yeah, 64 is nice and snappy, but it caused problems before, The reason I have to stream my app windows into OBS over your... Okay, choppy, gotcha. I have to think about that, Enchanting. I have a friend also who works in video, and he might have some other answers for me. I really want to get that 2011 MacBook Pro up and running again, not just for Zoom sessions, Zoom calls, with students and all that stuff, but also so that, I can still use it for, eventually I'll use it as a music streamer, maybe, I don't know, Enchanting, is HDMI capture card, not sure. HDMI screen went out. Yeah, I had to actually bypass the GPU, which was fun. I had to do that in Terminal and type in all sorts of stuff, and it bypassed the GPU because it was starting to fail on the. And I this is actually the second motherboard on that 2011 computer, which is amazing. Apple changed it for free. But anyways, the reason I'm at 64 is because I perform live with beats and rhythms and keyboard. And if any of you play anything even remotely fast on a keyboard with a beat, after about 128 to, well, I'd say 256, you really start to notice it. 512, it's noticeable, and anything higher than that, it's really not cool. I've learned kind of how to deal with it because I kind of play ahead of the beat. So I'm always playing like a 16th note ahead of the beat, and then I get in on time, which is really awkward, frankly. So 64, I don't feel it at all. I'm right in. It's boom, right up to speed, you know. So I'm testing it now, and also I want you to notice here that before, for the audio input, I had chosen loopback. I was doing live OBS test, and I was using loopback as not the input, sorry, as the output device. It's the audio output. I had it on loopback, and I changed it back to my SL32 board, and then on loopback, I rerouted stuff. Here, let me show you what I mean. And if you don't know loopback, it's an awesome program by Rogue Amoeba, which I deeply love. Here's loopback. And so right now I still am using the live OBS test. And you can see right now Ableton here is sending stuff to channels 1 and 2. And that's also going to channels 41, 42 on the board. And this is awesome. It's beautiful because then I can sit there and monitor everything. And then in OBS, here, let me click on OBS's preferences. It's over here. In OBS, I have, let's see, where's the audio? Oh no, hold on, that's not it. I forget where it is. All right, whatever. Here it is. Oh yeah. In audio, I have it as loopback. Loopback is sending audio to OBS. So it does not belong to the OS. It is a third-party thing, like you say. It is made by Rogue Amoeba. I'll just type it in here. Rogue. Oops. Oof. Oh, let's try this again. You have 0 Mac now? Okay. Here it is. I spelled it wrong. Here we are. Rogue Amoeba. Check them out. They have a lot of good stuff. And, oh, bleep, you got 0 Mac knowledge? That's a rough one, man. Going from Windows 11 to Mac might piss you off a little. But you are somebody who works with this kind of stuff, right? So, I mean, you know, I have to admit that. Here, let me get the camera back on. I have to admit that I do like working in the Apple environment, the Apple kind of. Hey, Tinako, how's it going, man? That's so cool. Oh yeah, that is very useful, Tinako. You have an iPhone from work? Okay, that'll work nice. Oh, okay. The Apple IIe. It's a little different, bleep. A little different. I had a Mac 2, which I loved. It was modular and you could switch stuff out, and it was just so cool. It was huge. I loved it. You're back in Connecticut, Tinako. That's awesome, man. Good to hear. Did you have a good semester? Or are you done with school? How different can it be? Well, I don't know, man. That's all I can say is it'll be a definite shift. The annoying thing about Apple Bleep, I know you're going to be annoyed by it because it has the hood locked. And so it really tries to keep you from opening the hood and doing things underneath the hood. There are ways to do it, but it's a pain. So exactly, Enchanty, you're going to be working against your muscle memory, it's annoying. Semester in college. Okay, cool, man. You're working on demos for your EP. Awesome. I can't wait to hear it. Please use me. Please use me as a set of second ears for you. Yeah, Bleep, I gotcha. You just want it to work. Yes, it will. I mean, so far so good. My voice hasn't had any crackles yet, and we've been streaming for how long? Shoot. We've been live for 53 minutes. Now, one thing I've noticed is that it behaves fine until the 2-hour mark, it seems, and then something happens. That's been apparently the behavior. And I also disabled, to the best of my abilities, the indexing that goes on under the hood on the Apple operating system, because you have Spotlight, which is your search function on the Apple OS, and every now and then it just starts indexing stuff, and it's okay, but mouse gestures and menus still throw you on a Mac. Yeah, I got you. I mean, honestly, Bleep, if you are, I don't know, I'm not sure. There's something that's disturbing the audio. Right, no indexing while read time only. I know. Killing with fire. I went into one of the preferences where you can set certain things, and I basically unchecked everything. I didn't want it to index anything. And so theoretically, that will stop it from indexing. We'll see. And I have a feeling, I'm going to research this, that in the terminal application, I can write some code in there that will kill it and then start it up again. So the annoying thing is that I would have to kill it when I start streaming and then fire it back up again. And I'm wondering if there's a way that I can create something where when I fire up a program, it automatically kills it and then starts it up again. Yeah. Right. Enchanting, I got it. And truthfully, if I had time, I'd probably go back and start with Linux. But I am so deeply invested in the Mac OS with software and stuff. Everything on the Mac seems half-ass words. Yes. Yep. But Bleep, the thing is, you're using the controllers, right? So if you're using like APC 40s or the push controller or stuff like that, you don't have to go into live and mess with it. So all you got to do is fire up the program, make sure the audio is going out properly, route it, and be done, right? So that doesn't seem like it would be too much of a deal. I think you'd be fine. And I mean, a lot of the menu items are the same. Instead of control, it's command. Apple. Hey, then Myra created, how are you? Good to see you. So good to see you. Everything is stored on NAS? Okay. I don't have that. I should do that. Yet another thing to do, right? Yeah. I'm kind of thinking that I should do that. But I back everything up to, right now, I have everything backed up to Backblaze. It's not NAS or anything like that. But basically, I have it all, it's backed up multiple times with this company. And if the house burns down, at least it's there, Oh, Linux software raid. Uh-oh, look out. Nice. That's awesome. I'm going to have to, this is stuff I'm going to look into over the summer. So I'm going to be picking your brains, folks. Okay? So be ready. I'm going to be picking your brains. So you know what? Since we're all here, let's do a little playing. I'm just going to copy this puppy and put this over here and do this. And Let me just get this so that. Hang on. Okay. I'm going to do a little piano playing for you. I haven't done any piano playing here for a while. I miss it. So let me just change that level a little. And let me just throw a couple of dice for you. Let's do this. My voice needs a break. Oh, whoops. Hold on.